Hey there fellow musician, I'm back again with another short tutorial, and today I'll be showing you Andrew Scheps' entire vocal chain. It will help you get that professional lead vocal sound that cuts through the mix and translates well in different sound devices. By the way, if you're still struggling with compression, make sure that you download my free cheat sheet. This will teach you how to apply compression with confidence so that you're not guessing the settings. It also comes with practical exercises so that you can fast track your learning curve. Go to audiospectra.net/cheat sheet to download the cheat sheet for free. Without wasting your time, let's listen to the before and after, and then I'll explain all the settings afterward, step by step.
I'm loving what you do to me, baby. I'm in ecstasy. I'm loving what you do to me, baby. I'm in ecstasy. I'm loving what you do to me, baby. I'm in ecstasy. I'm loving what you do to me, baby. I'm in ecstasy.
That sounds much more professional and sounds bigger and beautiful as well. So right now I'm going to explain everything step by step. So I'll disengage everything and then engage everything one at a time. By the way, everything is mostly parallel processing. The only thing that he has on his insert is a de-esser. I don't use de-essers, so I'll skip that part. I prefer to use dynamic EQ or a multi-band compressor to control sibilance. But the first thing that you'll want to do is to control sibilance. So we'll skip that part for now. The first thing that I'm going to talk about is the lead vocal tape. For the lead vocal tape, what it has is a tape emulation plugin, which is followed by the RVox. Let's listen to the before and after to hear what the tape emulation is doing to the lead vocal.
I'm loving what you do to me, baby. I'm in ecstasy. I'm loving what you do to me, baby. I'm in ecstasy.
So the tape emulation is rounding off some of those transients and giving the vocal a little bit of warmth so that it sounds thicker in the mix. And that's followed by this pull tag trick. So the pull tag trick is basically a pull tag which is followed by the CLA2A, and then that also goes into another pull tag. So this is mostly a 90s multi-band compression, because back in the day, there was no multi-band compression. So this is a technique that it developed to get that multi-band effect. What you have is a pull tag, which is attenuating the low end and then boosting the top end just to increase the presence. And that's controlled by a CLA2A compressor. So you play around with the high frequency response so that the compressor only compresses the top end, so that you are controlling the presence of the vocal without compressing the lower mids and the lower parts of the lead vocal. And that's followed by another pull tag to bring up that thickness and to attenuate some of those harsh frequencies as well. So this mostly works like a multi-band compressor. Let's listen to the vocal with and without the lead vocal pull tag.
I'm loving what you do to me, baby. I'm in ecstasy. I'm loving what you do to me, baby. I'm in ecstasy.
So that adds more presence to the lead vocal and it helps the vocal cut through the mix. And then everything will be sent to a lead vocal combiner. The lead vocal combiner basically is a lead vocal aux. So this could be a group channel. And then in the lead vocal aux, what it has is an omni channel. So the omni channel is adding saturation, and then we're controlling the boominess of the vocal at around 200 hertz, and then we're bringing up some of those lower mid-range frequencies, because once you control those frequencies, the vocal tends to sound a little bit thin. So we bring some of the thickness by boosting at the same frequencies. So this boost will not be required for each and every vocal. So some vocals, you might want to skip this so that you don't make the vocals sound too boomy. So let's listen to the vocal with and without the Omni channel.
I'm loving what you do to me, baby. I'm in ecstasy. I'm loving what you do to me, baby. I'm in ecstasy.
The saturation is helping the vocals sound much more present, and it brings up the attack of the vocal while also rounding off some of those transients to help the vocals sound a little bit thicker. And that's followed by a CLA 76. So for the CLA 76, we have a slow attack and then fast release. So we also have the all buttons engaged on the ratio. So basically this makes the vocal sound more aggressive. But for this particular vocal, I didn't need any compression. So I'm not applying compression. I'm just using the CLA 76 for its character.
I'm loving what you do to me, baby. I'm in ecstasy. I'm loving what you do to me, baby. I'm in ecstasy.
Okay, I was wrong about that. So there's a little bit of compression here and there. But as you can see, I'm not really applying any compression. So that's the CLA 76. The CLA 76 is there for adding that aggression to help the vocals sound much more bigger in the mix. And it just helps with presence so that the vocals sound much more present. And then on the lead vocal combiner, which is the aux, we have more parallel processing. So let's start with the lead vocal crash. So for the lead vocal crash, what we have is dual mono compression. So we have the left channel being processed differently than the right channel. So let me play the vocal and then you'll see the compressors compressing at different times because the left and the right are being compressed differently. This also gives you width in the mix.
I'm loving what you do to me, baby. I'm in ecstasy.
So as you can see, the left and the right are being compressed differently. So this also makes your vocals sound a little bit wider in the mix. And that's followed by the rear pass. So the rear pass is basically the glue for the entire mix, except for the percussive sounds. Unlike traditional mix pass compression, which tames down all the loudest peaks and glue the mix, this does the opposite. With parallel compression, what you're doing is bringing up the quieter parts and then gluing everything together. So with the rear pass, what we have is multi-mono compression. But first, what we have is a little bit of saturation, which is followed by a high-pass filter at 20 Hz just to remove any rumble. And that's also followed by a de-esser at around 600 Hz just to make sure that we're not increasing any of those boxy frequencies. That's followed by two compressors. So this is the specific compressor that he uses for the left and the right channel. So you'll be compressing around -1 dB of gain reduction. So let's check it out.
I'm loving what you do to me, baby. I'm in ecstasy. I'm loving what you do to me, baby. I'm in ecstasy.
So as you can see, it's not working all the time. It's just there to glue the entire mix and give you that 1176 sound. And that's the rear pass. And then after the rear pass, what we have is a vocal verb. First things first, what it does is to apply EQ just to remove the low end and the higher frequencies so that the reverb only focuses on the mid-range. The reason for this is because he says he doesn't want the reverb to trigger the sibilants in the top end or the plosives and the B sounds on the lead vocal. So he just wants a much more cleaner reverb sound. And that's followed by a Valhalla plate reverb. And these are the settings. And then let's listen to the vocal with and without the vocal reverb.
I'm loving what you do to me, baby. I'm in ecstasy. I'm loving what you do to me, baby. I'm in ecstasy.
So the reverb is there to increase the decay and also give the vocal a three-dimensional feel, which also pushes the vocal a little bit at the back so that it fits better with the instrumentation. And that's followed by a spread. So for the spread, what he has is the H3000. The H3000 is basically a micro pitch shift. This gives you that chorus effect sound. This also makes the vocal sound wider in the mix, and it gives you that doubling effect so that the vocal sounds thicker.
I'm loving what you do to me, baby. I'm in ecstasy. I'm loving what you do to me, baby. I'm in ecstasy. I'm loving what you do to me, baby. I'm in ecstasy. I'm loving what you do to me.
So we're not adding too much of that, just to give the vocals a little bit of thickness without making it sounding too obvious. And that's followed by a slap delay. So for the slap delay, what I have is the Echo Boy, but you can use any slap delay effects that you want. Let's check out the vocal with and without the slap delay.
I'm in ecstasy. I'm loving what you do to me, baby. I'm in ecstasy. I'm loving what you do to me, baby. I'm in ecstasy.
So this also gives you that thickness and plays around with the left and the right channels to make the vocals a little bit wider in the mix. So it also gives you that chorus effect. And let's listen to the vocal with and without the entire processing.
I'm loving what you do to me, baby. I'm in ecstasy. I'm loving what you do to me, baby. I'm in ecstasy.
And that's how Andrew Scheps processes his entire lead vocal. If you have any questions, make sure that you leave a comment below. If you are still struggling with compression, make sure that you download my compression cheat sheet by going to audiospectra.net/cheat sheet. I'll see you on the next one. Cheers.